Hey guys, back again with Ben Beard, Farley Insurance. Wanted to talk a little bit today about different types of claims, especially on the homeowner side.
Yep.
Since we're home services kind of show, let's talk about your house. What are the different kinds? Because to me, claim is a claim.
Right.
Not the case. There's
Right.
several different kinds of claims.
Yep.
Can you educate on that? Educate us on that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's two different categories in terms of a type of claim that you have to file. Insurance looks at it two ways: catastrophic and non-catastrophic.
Okay.
Your catastrophic, or they're also considered act of God claims.
Yep.
So these are things that you have no control over. Windstorm, thunderstorm, tornado, lightning hits your house and blows your AC out. Hailstorm, which you're very familiar with.
Very.
These are all catastrophic claims. On the flip side of that, you have non-catastrophic. So these are your theft, water, liability issues, if there's a claim liability-wise, or fire.
Like on the water side, does it differ? Like the flood would be like act of God, and then like your dishwasher overflowing, that would fall on.
Yeah, so flood is not covered on a regular homeowner's policy in North Carolina. So
Correct.
Flood and earthquake are your two big things. But yeah, if you had a pipe bust,
Yep.
that wouldn't be considered a flood claim. That would just be a water claim.
Right.
If you have water backup, so if sewage backs up through your house and you have to deal with that, that'd be a non-catastrophic.
Yep.
There's also weather-related water claims.
Sewage backed up in my house, that would be catastrophic.
To you,
I'm stuck on that.
Yeah, whoever's got to clean it, that would be catastrophic. But those non-catastrophic claims are, like I said, they have some sort of prevention element.
Yep.
They're not just completely no control. So
Right.
the fire, the water, the theft, the liability issues, those are actually looked worse upon by the insurance company. They're surcharged more heavily for those. The catastrophic claims are not looked as badly upon.
Yep.
But some companies will surcharge the same for both. Other companies will differentiate them, and they'll surcharge more for the non-catastrophic compared to the catastrophic, because they know, hey, look, it wasn't your fault.
You could have prevented it.
Right. And the catastrophic is like, hey, it's not your fault that a hailstorm hit your house.
Yep.
We're not going to triple your rate. But with that being said, you want to look at the homeowner's insurance as a catastrophic event. So if it's a $10,000 water claim,
Yep.
those are looked worse upon, but that's what it's for.
Correct.
Use it. And it's not the end of the world. So those claims will stay on there for 5 years.
Yep.
Companies can surcharge for 3, but they'll be on your record for 5 years. So you don't want to file 2, 3, 4 of these in a 5-year period. But
so big question on that: when you file a claim, does it stay on your policy? You're talking about how they surcharge them. Does it stay there whether it gets approved or denied?
Yep. So when you call claims to file a claim, they open a claim.
Yep.
So I've done quotes for folks and pulled it up, and it'll be a $0 claim, and they'll say, "Well, I did. I called and inquired about, would this be covered on my insurance?" And that's sort of where we come into play, or you as a roofer comes into play. Is
Correct.
Hey, look, before you call the insurance company to file a claim, because they have to keep everything on record. So if you call, they're instantly recording that conversation.
Yep.
And they're going to open a claim even if nothing's paid out. And there are carriers that if you have multiple calls and it's a $0 claim, you can still be surcharged for that.
Yep.
So that's why it's important to call your agent. Say, hey, look, is this covered? What should I do? Especially if it's a roof claim. Say, hey, look, call Dave. Have him take a look, and he'll say, yeah, there's hail damage.
Or there's not.
Or there's not hail damage.
Yep.
This is a maintenance issue. No need to make that phone call.
Which is something that's hugely miscommunicated in our industry, because there's a whole group of people, I'm getting you a free roof, and they'll forego your deductible in whatever way they can write it off. Some of them don't even care. They're just like, yeah, we pay your deductible.
Yeah.
But that's the sentiment, is free roof, no risk, whatever, when really if you file that claim and there isn't anything, because the roofer doesn't care most times whether or not he wants it to get approved, you're going to try to, but if it gets denied, he doesn't care that you have a claim on your record. So he's not going to bring up that detail. He's just going to, don't worry about it, no risk. If they don't pay the claim out, I've literally heard roofers, if they don't pay anything, then you don't have a claim, which is not the case.
Right.
As soon as you make that call about the claim shows up on your record.
Yep.
So
that's why it's important for you guys to do an inspection. I'm sure y'all do like you can do every few years.
Yep.
Inspect it so that you can prevent maintenance issues.
Yep.
So that when that time comes, customers aren't freaking out going, is this covered? Is it not covered?
Because you just had a conversation with a guy that deferred maintenance on an old roof and then wanted to file a claim for water damage, and they showed up and
I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, a certain company denied this claim. What do you think? They weren't customers of ours, but I read the claims report, and it was purely a maintenance issue. It was a malfunctioning fascia or leak that happened slowly over time, and the insurance company saw no covered damage. There was no cause of the leaking other than maintenance. There was no hailstorm, there was no windstorm that caused the roof to fail that caused the leak. That would have been covered.
Correct.
It was just deferred maintenance, and the roof was aging, and they ended up having to replace the whole roof out of pocket. So that's the importance of, number one, maintaining it. Number two is having a conversation with somebody prior to making that phone call, because when you make the phone call, a claim starts.
And he had a $0 claim at that point because he called him out, filed a claim, it got denied, but it still shows up that, hey, you had a claim.
Absolutely.
So and the plug back to us. Appreciate how you kind of push that back. We even started a whole maintenance series now. We're pushing maintenance very hard, whether you do it yourself or you have somebody do it. Irrelevant to us, but we want you to know this is what I need to do so that they don't run into these issues and have money out of pocket that they hadn't planned on because maintenance wasn't done. But on that side, yes, we can get you maintenance or educate you. We've got resources online wherever you look about how to maintain your roof, your gutters, etc. But if you do hit an issue, we have several realtors, several brokers that call us like, hey, one of my customers said got roof damage, think they have hail damage, want to see if they need to file a claim, and we'll go out prior to any claim being filed.
Absolutely.
Because we know the criteria. We've seen all the Hague stuff. We've gone through all that of, hey, you need this many strikes in this area, this many wind torn shingles, and we'll do that free of charge. Hey, here's what you have. And if it's not going to be claim worthy, we'll tell you, don't file a claim, because exactly that reason. It'll be on your record and it's going to get denied. Yep. So anything you want to add on the claim?
No, that's it. I think it just goes back to educating folks about what the process looks like. Yep. What it's going to mean if you do file a claim. It's not the end of the world. That's what you need the insurance for. But in a lot of cases, it doesn't even make sense to file a claim. Correct. And then there's situations where it may only be $1,500 worth of damage. And then that was caused by a storm, And if your deductible is $1,000, let's say, is it worth saving $500 to have this claim on my record? Yep. Or am I just going to pay for this out of pocket? So it just comes back to educating the customers and making sure they're informed so that when those things come up, that they can make the right decision.
Just goes back to our last conversation about having someone on your side, a broker, whoever, that you can have a conversation with that actually knows what they're talking about, and can explain it in a way that you understand what they're talking about, so that you're covered for what you need to be covered for. Otherwise, it's an expense with no benefit. I mean, none of us like spending money any more than we have to, but especially spending money on something we think we need to have without understanding what it actually does for us. That's just not good practice.
Exactly. And it's been a benefit to me as a customer of you guys. I had you guys come out and said, hey, look, take a look at my roof. I think it was 14 years old at the time. Tell me what you think.
You had neighbors get their roofs replaced from hail, hadn't you?
A couple, but not many. So it wasn't something that absolutely it tore my roof up. It was, hey, come take a look. And it was a situation where there was no need to file a claim, and you replace some worn shingles to
a little bit of maintenance
to prevent leaking, so that if a big storm does come or they continues to wear and tear, I don't have to deal with water issues.
And like you said, going forward, if something does happen, you can tell the insurance company, hey, I had my roof maintained. Here's pictures of what it looked like then. Here's what it looks like now. Storm damage.
It makes the whole process a lot easier.
Cool. Well, appreciate you being back on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching this episode. Give it a like. Let us know what you thought in the comments down there. Share it if you feel so inclined. If you really like it, go to our page under follow. Click see first. That way you never miss a video. See it as soon as it comes out. And we'll see you on the next episode.